Greetings world. We are Anon DK. We have discussed the various programs in the mind control experiments in the past. How presidents and politicians in the US use underage boys and girls for their pedo parties. They use drugs on these mind control slaves and program them using severe torture combined with sexual arousal to program alternate personalities which they use for these tasks. They promised their MK Ultra sex slaves favors and made them believe they were part of a special secret society. As part of the mind control program, they promised these slaves special benefits for being obedient slaves. And now in the news we see yet again an MK Ultra slave used for a shooting event. Stephen Craig Paddock, the latest mind control victim. We can see how the story versions vary in media outlets, but it is told that he shot over 500 people. Though it is possible with his training as an MK slave, he would be capable of incredible abilities. Video footage from various sources confirms it was a multiple shooter event. This event fits the other false flag events we have exposed thus far. White male, too many guns to use. Not to mention the Illuminati symbolism. 3 shooters. 1 pyramid. He shoots himself. He worked for government and was employed by defense contractors. He fits every marker of an MK Ultra victim. This time he was used for his final act. Paddock owned 2 aircraft, was involved with Steve Fossett and the Virgin Atlantic Global Flyer, and was involved with the cat search for missing Steve Fossett and missing aircraft. He later bought Fossett's Cessna Citation X from Fossett's wife. He previously worked for Raytheon, Lockheed Martin in the 1980s. He was paid by HRP. He worked Black Ops. There are few MK program survivors out there who were involved in deep state activity. Few who wish to tell their stories and expose the secret societies that do this. One such survivor is Randall Turner. Randall Turner was there when Ronald Reagan was shot in 1981 on the sidewalk after leaving the Washington Hilton Hotel. He was an MK Ultra mind control sex slave used by Ronald Reagan and other politicians, who were part of the secret society who run the US government. Those we call the elite, the cabal. That day they had used Randall to take the place of Colonel Jose Muretti, cutting his hair and dyeing it dark to look as close to Reagan's regular military aide, hoping Reagan would not notice. Randall had made a deal with Bill Gates for 25% of Microsoft if Randall used his favor in the White House to get the US-China trade agreement changed to allow Microsoft to manufacture in China. Randall's alternate personality was used to make this deal. With George Bush Sr., Randall took the request of the China deal to Bush, who rejected it. Secretary of Defense Caspar Weinberger overheard the request and discussed it with Bush. Caspar convinced Bush, saying if they changed the agreement they could sell old stock military arms to China. They concluded the favor by making Randall the patsy they would use. Randall's alternates were following orders from his handlers. When they used him during the Reagan assassination attempt, Gates' father spoke with the FBI on the phone after the shooting occurred. telling the FBI about how they used Mr. Turner for these sex parties at the White House. The FBI used the nuclear codes to hold until Reagan gave Bush control over the trade agreement. This is the real reason the codes went missing for 2 days. The FBI held them until Reagan gave control to Bush Sr. This video is of Randall with the nuclear codes in the back seat of the patrol car relocking the door as they try to place Hinckley into the car. Since Randall knows who arranged the 1981 assassination attempt, knowledge of who assassinated both JFK and RFK, and much more, we hope to get it out, and with your help we'll expose the cabal and their MKUltra programs. We are anonymous. We expose the elite. More info on this soon. Expect it.